Welcome back, everyone. So this bit.ly here will take you directly to the page of links that we're going to need for this sort of data jamboree session.
And I'll copy that and put it in the chat too.
Yeah. Donna's going to put it in the chat as well, so it'll be easy for people to grab. It is linked off of our main landing page as well.
Which is called session links.
Yeah, I think so.
No, this is called agenda.
Yeah. So there are too many documents.
Right. So if you're in the schedule and you go to the link, you will get this page. What's the matter? Can't be it because you already had.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
this is the link we want. So
that you'll need for this afternoon.
Yeah.
So is everybody have that page handy? Because we won't go off the slide if you don't.
So
Okay.
all right.
Okay. Are you good, Bertha?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So next slide, please. So we're going to start today with kind of a fun thing. Well, we're going to use 3D visualization of data. So what is that? It's a way to interact with data in 3 dimensions. And there are 2 common approaches for doing this. You can use a physical model or you can render data on a computer. And today we're going to do something fun, and we're going to do a combination. We're going to have a physical model and we're going to have some data that we project from our phones onto this
Your
cube.
camera on.
What's that?
You don't have your camera on for Zoom.
Oh, thank you. That would be better. Let me see. Sorry. Okay, so that we have a physical model and then we're going to project from our phones. So next slide, please. Why do we want to have students work with data in 3 dimensions? Well, there's a body of research that shows when you do this, it enhances spatial cognition or spatial thinking. And there's also some recent research to show that improving your spatial thinking also improves verbal reasoning. So it's kind of a win-win to have kids working with 3D data. So one of my favorite articles that I discovered years and years ago is someone did a study on London taxi cab drivers, and they have to navigate all over the city all the time. And when they do this, they discovered that at the very base of your brain is the hippocampus, and these guys actually had enlarged hippocampus, and which is a clear demonstration that doing spatial tasks can actually make your brain, have more spatial cells developed to spatial thinking. So it's really kind of cool. So I think, yeah. And so there's another exciting reason. So I told many of you that I was at this Gordon Research Conference last week in Lewiston, Maine. If you go ahead and advance to the next one, please. And this is really cool. It can actually lead to new scientific discoveries. So there was a woman, Jackie, and I'm going to forget her last name, I apologize, but she works at the Hayden Planetarium, which is affiliated with the American Museum of Natural History. And she says her goal is to Hollywoodize the planetarium experience. And she said by that, she does not mean listening to Led Zeppelin while you're watching the stars displayed, but rather to bring in the same kinds of Hollywood artists and the kinds of things you do to make a movie look really great. And she wanted an interesting data set. She said, I don't think we've done anything with the Oort cloud. The Oort cloud is this outer set of kind of junk in our galaxy where comets are going around. I'm probably not going to be able to explain it very clearly, but what they did is they went ahead and got this huge, enormous data set, projected it on the ceiling of the planetarium, and then had the artist folks color it in all kinds of different colors. And no one had actually ever visualized what the Oort cloud looked like. So if you will click that link, we'll watch a 2-minute video.
I don't know if my son's.
The quickest way from a billion points
Can you hear that okay, Shelley?
to data.
Right here, Shelley? Shelley still there?
She's okay. I think she's okay. Okay.
So,
Yep.
To a point of view. Zasvaya.
A new show at New York's Hayden Planetarium reveals new secrets about our galaxy.
On their travels, we can expect to pass.
Encounters in the Milky Way, narrated by actor Pedro Pascal, is a tour of real data from space revealing cosmic insights. One of the most significant findings to emerge during the show's production came from modeling the Oort cloud, a distant region filled with icy debris left over from the formation of the solar system. To make the show visually pop, scientists experimented with turning up the brightness of particles in the Oort cloud. Astrophysicist and show curator Jackie Faherty says that's when they noticed something they had never seen before.
When we saw it, we were blown away. It was a spiral shape, almost looking like a galaxy itself, but it's shaped by the forces of the galaxy itself, of the what we call the tidal force of the galaxy. So this spiral structure was brand new, and we immediately wrote up a paper for an astrophysical journal, and it's now a published part of astronomers' knowledge of what the outer part of our solar system looks like.
On top of charting the dynamics of the solar system, the show looks out at the broader Milky Way and beyond. Carter Emmart is the show's director, as well as director of astrovisualization at the wider American Museum of Natural History. He says the show aims to deliver on the scientific front, while also reminding audiences of their connection to the cosmos.
You can look out at the stars, and you're looking back into time, and you're looking back into the times of lives. You're looking at light that's arriving from different epochs and different periods. And you can say, a deceased relative or what have you, you're seeing light that really is still part of their time. That's where it gets kind of spiritual. And, that's real. And that's, what I think holds us together.
Encounters in the Milky Way debuts at the Hayden Planetarium on June 9th.
So this is a very recent thing, and it's very exciting. So one of the goals that many of the folks at the conference had, and that I have as well, is to actually get scientific data that would be projected onto these little cubes. What we're going to look at is the data that they have accumulated through the folks that made this app, and some of it's actually pretty good and pretty neat to look at. But the goal is sometime over the next year to have some actual scientific data sets that could be projected, and you'll be putting data into the hands of kids literally and figuratively, not figuratively, physically. So if you haven't finished making your cube, I'll give you a couple of minutes to do that. And hopefully you downloaded the different apps. There were 3 apps for your phone. One is Object Viewer, Merge Object Viewer. One was Merge HoloGlow. And the other one I think is Merge Merge Explorer. What's that? Oh, I didn't see the 4th one, but I think, we won't need to create it. So the Explorer, the Object Viewer, and the other one, what is HoloGlow? Yes. So make sure you have those downloaded. We will allow people online to finish making their cube if they have not done that. And I think, yeah.
I'm this far.
Oh, where are you, Shelley? Oh, great, perfect. Yeah, most people have their thing cut out and next step is you have a glue stick so you can fold it up and glue it. There's a sort of a process, like take a look at it. It's so you don't end up with unable to get, you don't
Yeah.
want any tabs. You want it to look like it's a
Yeah,
complete
you don't want any
cube
tabs on the outside.
on the outside, because it's sort of like a QR code is my understanding, is what it's reading these surfaces. So you need to make sure, yeah. Fold and glue. I'll mention that Amazon sells these things in a like foam format, a rubberized format for $30 a piece. So this is the inexpensive classroom version. Print out the paper and you don't have to put a block in there, but you know, it prevents it from collapsing in on itself.
Put on some music. Music to glue by. Angry.
You can keep the glue stick, so I don't have to have my suitcase weighted down, the extra glue sticks. Merge
Merge.
object viewer, merge hollow globe. And the other one, merge. You don't need them all, but we're playing. They're different. Some of the data sets in some of the apps are really kind of like cartoony.
Shelley's got it. Shelley's a quicker cutter than I am.
I knew these stickers that I've saved for the last 15 years would come in handy.
Very good.
There you go.
And I had an X-Acto knife, so much quicker.
There we go.
Anyone's, okay. Does everyone have their cube?
Yeah.
So you can bring up whichever one you want, but let's just start together with Merge Explorer. So you want to bring up the app on your phone.
I did not get them all downloaded myself, I guess.
Do you have the, raise your hand if you have the app open. So not quite there.
Which app, Carla? Which one?
We're gonna start with Merge Explorer, but you'll have a chance to play with whichever apps. The seems to be the main difference is the data sets that are in there.
Okay.
Shelley, if we start walking around, remind me to put Zoom on my phone so that we can take you with us.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if it shows up, but this is what I'm seeing when I've got it up. The top thing says Galactic Explorer.
It's slowly downloading for me. Let's get.
I did download them on my iPad so that if somebody wanted to use it, you can. Do you have it up and running, Shelley?
They're downloading.
Okay, that seems to be the case here too, so we can pause here. It's after lunch.
But I'm so excited to see this, to be able to scan a 3D object, because for structure for motion activity that we created 10 years ago, all those apps are gone. So
Correct.
this might be the new app to use.
It's cool. We're still kind of working. I was hoping that Don could immediately take fossils from the 3D fossil collection in PRI and quickly do it, but it will take a little bit more time, but there's a group of folks that are very interested in actually
Yeah, we'll
getting
figure it out.
3D scientific data in the form that these cubes can use. So I think
Yeah.
over the next 6 months, it will take off.
Yeah, it sure wouldn't
Oh.
surprise me. We emailed the folks at Merge Cube
Right,
saying we want to use these models. How do we do it? And
yeah,
yeah.
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 Why does it want to borrow my?
Bertha, is that an iPad? Yeah. Yeah, because you can do it both on your phone and your iPad. It'll work on the iPad as well.
If you're like me and you're downloading them all at once, maybe pause the other ones and let Explorer finish downloading first.
Thank you for the advice.
Mine has downloaded.
Okay, all right.
I knew I should have paid for a 1 terabyte download speed. Now that I'm all citified.
I do have it on this iPad, and I also am happy to pass my phone around. Once,
Yeah, I can
necessary
actually.
too.
Okay.
So shall we,
See,
let's hit the Galactic Explorer, the first collection. Okay, you just tap that. And then they do have a little introductory text there. And then here you want to do it on this? Here's, let's see. No, we're doing this. You have your cube?
The first one I cannot.
Okay. That's all right. Allow to access the camera.
Looks like you have to have an account.
Oh, you should, yeah, you do have to have an account. I'm sorry. I did put that in the email that I sent to all of you.
I'm sure you
But you
did.
do, it's a free education account. So I guess I haven't set up the account on it yet. So maybe it's-
No, I've got it. Yeah, and I'm sharing my phone screen now.
Oh, thanks, Don. That's awesome.
Gosh, it's so lovely to have you. So you could actually even start demoing by click on the first collection there.
Here?
Yeah, right there, Galactic Explorer. And then get your cube ready. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Just you can actually interact with it on your phone in 3D with your finger, what Dawn is displaying here. But if you shift to cube mode at the very top of the menu, there is a cube mode, and then you can scan the cube,
Whoa,
and then you can hold it in your hand
that is cool.
and
We
check
got the
it
whole
out.
work.
Yeah. That's
We
right.
got the whole damn solar system
Yeah.
in
Here,
our heads.
you should play with this and but I think it shipped it out of the. You have to just get it in the frame and then you can. Maybe we need, let me just.
Is Pluto there?
So you got it working, Shelley?
Now.
I'm still contacting.
And then it's gonna scan, you kind of have to,
That's great.
sometimes I'm not sure, yeah, but what aim to do. Yeah, and then you can rotate it around. Yeah. Yeah, what do you think, Shelley?
Oh,
It's super cool.
you can tap a planet to zoom in.
Yes, you can tap a planet to zoom in. I was enamored with some of the galaxy ones. They were really cool, but then I wanted to see.
Weird, sexy double, that's crazy.
The ones that Merge created, a lot of them have like these little labels and things, but probably the ones that we would create from scientific data initially wouldn't have any labels, but just be the object. The researcher who presented this said she did some preliminary studies, and it turns out that when you manipulate a 3D image on your phone or on a computer, that takes less cognitive load than using the cube. However, people seem to learn concepts better using the cube combined with the phone situation, and they're much more engaged. It hasn't really, serious studies haven't been done with kids yet, but I'm hoping again over the next year that might be something really fun to do. So I do want you to have an opportunity to just play for a few minutes, check out some of the different data sets. Again, what I haven't delved into this completely, so there may be additional features, but I think that the Hollow Globe one has a whole bunch of satellite data and imagery. So you might want to check that one out or look at different data sets. If you want, you could play with, yeah, yes, please. Or you could sit next to someone there and play. Yep. I'm happy to. Once I get this set up with an account, then you can play on this too. So I wanted to give you a little bit of time, not be quite so busy right after lunch.
Lowering our cognitive
Interesting
load.
insight, please share. So Shelley, you were about to say something.
Oh, you're lowering our cognitive load by letting us just play.
This is true.
pretty cool.
That is. It's great, because this is gonna be recording.
Oh.
Thank you.
Recording in progress.
Shelley, on the Merge website, I found some instructions that said how you could take a data set, and it seemed to be some fairly decent 3D files. So maybe you'll have luck if you try to import something.
Huh. Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna give up on this, because I think
Yeah. That's cool.
I was not able to do it in one day between workshops.
Are we seeing an accretionary wedge growing, or is it just?
Oh, we can speed it up.
What is Don Shelley's asking a question, what you're showing there?
Yeah, yeah,
Just looks like subduction.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. That's great.
Pretty
Right,
cool.
right.
Yeah. Does AGI have some 3D data sets, something?
Yeah, we have our posting NPSs. So process right there,
Okay.
just based on events they need. So. I do those
Well,
and
we can get lots of people trying. We can
Yeah.
have some cool.
Ooh.
Trail dash. You know what the headset is? Is there? Oh, is that? Never mind. I know what that
That
is.
might
Never mind.
be one
Yeah,
that you could do a VR thing
Right,
with.
right.
Yeah, so I signed in on an account here. If Bertha, if you want to use this one. Bring it over to you. Find it. Oh, yeah. I didn't vote, you know?
I just went to weather set. Yeah, yeah, but
All of the, you know, the research and whatever it is, I'm just like, I don't know what idea.
Oh yeah, finally got it working. That's really cool. That looks like a game, Don.
yeah, it's extreme weather. So it gives you. Here we are looking at a thunderstorm,
Oh my gosh.
and this is one normal. That
Okay,
is.
speak a little louder, Don, so it gets in the recording.
Well, I'm right in front of the microphone, so I'm assuming I'm okay.
Okay.
But there's a blizzard for you, and there's a drought, and there's a thunderstorm, and that's normal.
Rock, you guys know that?
Yeah.
The light rock.
So where's the Oort cloud data?
Well, that data is in the Hayden Planetarium, and it costs $3 million to produce.
And you can click next and then so you were rock. And our hand is that. Are there cameras on, are there cameras out here?
I think so.
So how many went into this good shop? It's possible. Very likely. Well, that's why. You could also.
This is like you could do science on a sphere, but in your hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, another thing you could write something that actually on cardstock, some cardstock, it'll be sturdy enough to last. Yes, isn't it amazing? So as teachers, I want you to kind of think about like, we want to have kids have open-ended inquiries. You want to learn, so what if maybe one really cool question you have before you get into that thing? That we force them to kind of really.
Oh, what are you showing us, Don? It looks like
This
the old
is,
rock.
yeah, this is, I forget what the label was, but something about the age of rocks. Oh, there we go. And then, yeah, there we go.
Oh, wouldn't that be great to be able to do the Grand Canyon, the Trail of Time?
That's pretty cool.
Steve Semkin would.
That would be that kids would think that the Grand Canyon got built up.
Oh, yeah.
I could already see that,
Yep,
like, oh,
yep.
layer by layer, layers added into the Grand Canyon versus the rock being deposited.
Right,
Then
right.
on the beach. And it just be the question.
Ooh, you can mess with the plates.
What'd you say, Shelley?
The plate tectonics ones. You can kind of pull them out and push them in.
Pretty cool.
Well, they're not half bad. But I do think it would be fun for those of us with scientific 3D data sets to get it into this form.
So we're at 2:45, which
Yep,
you asked
yep.
about the halfway
Thank you.
point.
Yes, Dawn reminds me that we could just sit here and play, but we do have other things on the schedule to share with you.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but I would like, if anybody has an interesting insight or if they thought of a question that they might ask with one of these data sets, we could maybe share that out for 1 minute and then we'll move on. So she's saying states of matter. Great. So there's a wonderful one for solid, liquid, and gas that was found here. Did anyone else find something? You might ask a question related to what you're teaching. Trying to practice my wait time, but we do have to move on.
And just make it have the option to change that amplitude frequency.
What relationship does wavelength and frequency have for one of the wave data sets? That is great. Fantastic. I don't mean to put you on the spot, Bertha, but.
Yes, she does.
What are you looking at? Mm-hmm. So,
Do you hear that, Shelley?
No,
Why does a tectonic plate look like a puzzle? Or the tectonic plates, rather?
good question.
No.
all righty. Okay, with that, we're gonna move on to sort of a show and tell kind of thing. And we're gonna bring up some different data portals, way more than we really have time to show you, but we're gonna bring up some data portals, and then what we want to do is to allow at least a half hour if possible. So that means we have like 15 minutes to try and do a show and tell of it. There are all these different data portals, kind of give you a little bit of guidance, but then we want you to go in and explore one that really intrigues you. And I think, are you up next on, or?
Yeah,
Yes, you are, because he's gonna show the,
I'll show some other 3D models that we hope can get picked up by this thing, but we spent some time fiddling.
I don't think we're seeing your screen, we're seeing
Oh.
you.
All right. Do, do, do. What? What are you asking me about? Oh, there we go. Okay, so click the right button. There we are. So this is PRI's Digital Atlas of Ancient Life, and I'll put that in the chat for you, those of you on the chat. And this has lots of resources for teaching about paleontology and evolution. And it has in the, we go back to the agenda, a piece of it is our virtual collection of fossils. So 3D fossils. That's a YouTube one, that's a YouTube one. So anybody have a favorite fossil? I think
Brachiopods?
Did I go by them?
No, right down below, almost there. Phylum
Oh, there.
Brachiopoda.
Okay. So here are some brachiopods, maybe. And that's not a model. This is a model. That's a model. Yeah. And so there are now over 500 3D models in our virtual collection. And you can download the models, but we spent some time yesterday, like I said, trying to figure out how to bring it into MergeCube. It looks like it's doable, but we couldn't figure it out yesterday. So you'll be able to play with these. We think some of them have some labels within them. And let's pick a couple.
These ones you can on your computer, actually.
Yes.
The kids can interact like
Yes.
that, moving it around.
Yeah, and you can see there's, you can view it in VR if you've got a headset and things like that. These are all hosted. We at PRI put them together. Most of them were actually done by an undergraduate intern from SUNY Geneseo. And that is a higher resolution than it looks at the moment. And you can go to full screen and play around, lift it up, turn it around, all that good stuff. And they all have their, data behind them to explain them. So I think fairly soon we'll figure out how to put them into MergeCube. So that's one set of data for 3D visualization. Should I go on with other stuff or do you?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go on.
Yeah,
Get
one,
Earth at-
yeah, so we'll take a quick look at Earth at Home, which is we at the Paleontological Research Institution, geez. I must be tired if I can't
Yeah.
remember the name of my employer. Have three public venues, the Museum of the Earth, which is a museum in Ithaca, New York, the Cayuga Nature Center, which is a nature center in Ithaca, New York, and Earth at Home, which is this web portal that we're looking at right now. And it is a huge resource with 4 different tabs for where you can dig in more earth science, climate, biodiversity, and evolution. The earth science includes the regional guides, which collectively cover the continental US plus Alaska and Hawaii. And you can explore content about any of those regions here. Let's see, we've got a couple of Texans in the room, so I'll click on the South Central region and you can explore there. This isn't exactly data, but I thought I would show it off. And you can see that it's divided into the geographic provinces with info for each region. And you can see we got rocks, fossils, topography, energy, mineral resources. In northern region, there's also glacial info. And you can explore all kinds of things around that. And I'm trying to think where I want to go next. In the afternoon, we'll spend some time on the climate part.
NASA Earth Observatory real quickly,
Oh,
and I'll just give a little pitch on that. So
okay.
when you have your students do reports or anything, this is a repository of images, but it also, many of these images have an interesting earth science story behind them. This site is called the Earth Observatory. All of these images are in the public domain, which means kids can drop them into presentations they're making. You can use them as much as you want, but it's also a wonderful way to find a story, because when you click on these images, it tells you why it was captured, what is significant about it. And sometimes it's a major earthquake. Sometimes all these images are viewed from space. They're NASA's Earth from Space kind of collection. And they often have, there's news stories, there's, just lots of different goodies. If you've never messed around in the Earth Observatory, I encourage you to go here and check it out. Don is going to do some stuff on climate education resources now.
Okay. Let me go to a slightly different direction because we'll get more climate in the next piece this afternoon. And I'm going to go to the Oregon Coast Prezi, which I thought I had open here somewhere. There it is. And I'm going to click the present button. And I'm going to go back to the beginning of the presentation. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Whoop, whoop. There we are. So these virtual fieldwork experiences have connections to lots of data sets. And so flying in, and they are some of what we call them VFEs, some of the VFEs in our collection are designed to be templates for making a virtual fieldwork experience of a place of your choosing. And this is one of those. So we'll take a look at that. And there's a link to the user's guide in the agenda document. And a nice quote, I like, in every outthrust headland, in every curving beach, in every grain of sand, there is the story of the earth. It's a Rachel Carson quote. And this graphic organizer is in a number of the VFEs that we've used that has a series of questions that you can ask about anywhere. So we think that anywhere is interesting from an earth science, system science perspective if you know how to look at it. So this VFE is for the Oregon coast. All of the VFEs have the same set of questions And the sort of global questions are, how do you know, or what evidence is there? What does it tell you about past environments? What does it imply about the future? And for all of, and that just repeats that, sorry. And then there are what we call these arrow level questions, where you can dig in to a specific area, and somebody choose an arrow question, we'll take a closer look. So shout out which one, the shape of the land. So when we go in on that, there are questions about, and again, generically phrased so they can be asked about anywhere. So describe the shape of the land. Are there mountains, valleys, or hills? What are the valley shapes? and so on. And there are resources. This is a flyover in Google Earth of Beverly Beach Park in Oregon. And I don't think I'll do the whole flyover, but we'll start along the way to give you a sense of what the place looks like. And part of the idea of virtual field work, and we intentionally chose that label rather than field trip, because field trips are often characterized by the field trip leader pointing things out, and we want students to figure things out. And, the big question again is, why does this place look the way it does? And so here we're talking about the Oregon coast. Why does the Oregon coast look the way it does? Well, this is what it looks like for starters. And now we point to some resources that you can use to figure out some of those questions. One of them is you can model the terrain using the Touch Terrain website. And you can actually print these out with a 3D printer. I unfortunately forgot to put them in my bag, so I don't have them with me. But you can use the Touch Terrain website to go anywhere. So let's go into Delaware. Hello. Oh, it failed. Why did it fail? That's not good. Let's try going back. There we are. All right. So let's just go to Delaware. And where are you in? Okay, so sure, yeah. What? How do you spell it? Oh, Middletown. Middletown, one word or two? Nope, that's weird. Dover. Okay. Ah, there is something wrong. That is not. So let's just zoom out and find it that way.
I didn't put the state in first.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, and it put me in Ohio for some reason anyway. All right, is that now Dover, Delaware? Yeah, okay. So you can redraw the square wherever you want it to, and we'll recenter on the box. And then you have some choices you can make about Delaware is a relatively flat state, so we probably want to step up the vertical exaggeration a little bit. So let's give us a vertical exaggeration of 3, and we'll leave all the other things as they were, and it will process the 3D data. And I'll just put in here that we're doing this for a teacher workshop. I know the guys behind this. And then we can download it out there. Let's put it in. I'll put it in there and download it, and now we can click here and go inside and click the STL model, and it's very flat. It's not that flat. This opened in preview. Let's see, there are ways to colorize it. Let's go back to the VFE, and here is one for Beverly Beach that I had uploaded to Sketchfab earlier. So, and again, you can print this out if you've got a 3D printer. If you don't have a 3D printer, you can go to various sites online, TreatStock, and upload your model to TreatStock and have somebody else print it out for you and ship it to you. And one of these models will cost less than $10, and you can get it pretty quickly, typically. So that's one piece of data that is in the VFE1 database. And if we go out, let's take a look at.
I think we should look at a couple other databases.
Well, I am. That's.
Fine. We're on the same page.
Yes, yes. So, so how has climate shaped the landscape and the ecosystem is another one of those, what we call arrow level questions. And then you can go to climate data from Oregon State's PRISM project, and you can go here and go anywhere in the country. And so we've got our Katy, Texas folks. So let's go to Texas. And what county are you in? Harris. There are a lot of counties in Texas. There we are. And how close to the middle of that are you? That'll be close enough. So let's go with 30-year normals and retrieve the time series. And there's your climatograph for that square we were clicked in on. So you can get that data for anywhere in the country and maybe anywhere in the world. So that's another data set that's linked from this set of resources. And each one of the arrow questions has at least one database that you can tap into for rocks and soil. There's rock.org, which has an app where you can see the bedrock wherever you happen to be. You open it up and it brings the info on the bedrock where you are. And I can share my phone screen if you want to see what that looks like from the app. You want me to do that? You got it. I'm going to stop sharing and restart, and there we go. Share again, and advanced, I think, is where I get to my phone. There's my phone. So, what the? Oh, and nuts. It was being slow. Saying my screen sharing. There we go. Okay, so back out to, I have a lot of apps. And I have a science folder, and in my science folder is the Rocked app. So I click on that, and it opens up showing where you are at the moment. So at the moment, we are in on top of the Puget Trough rock type, and it's quaternary, and that's pretty new stuff. But we can click on the map and see the geologic map of the surrounding area, and you can zoom out to the whole world, I think, and you can click anywhere on that map and see what the rock type is, and what it is. That's alluvium, so stream stuff. If we go out a little further, there's the mostly Vashon shade or stayed rather in Western Washington. And you can also look at the paleogeography of the region where you are. Lots and lots of stuff to see there. And maybe I'll pass it back to Carla for.
If you guys are going on your computer too, like I know with students, they don't always have phones. It's really good on your computer. You can see fault lines.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the rock.
Or
I
rock.
just looking at it right now.
Yep.
But it's very friendly on the computer as well, not just the phone.
Right, right, right.
So I think what we would like to do, if you can just pull up that agenda sheet again, the one that we had. We gave you a QR code for. So on this sheet, there are all these links. So if you have that page up, we want to give you time because I'm looking at it, it's already 3:05. 15 minutes. Go to one of these links and see what's there. This is your time to find something if you're interested in NASA resources. I think there's some, what do we have? Wildfire resources, we have climate resources. We put up links. Their granularity is kind of an issue in some of these. A couple of those links in climate education are very specific tools like the Climate Explorer and the Neighborhoods at Risk. The U.S. Climate Resilience Toolkit will take you a month to go through all the stuff that's in there. So there's just lots of stuff here. Just explore and think about what you're teaching and what might be useful for you. So we want to give you time to just explore these different things.
Yeah, and we're here. So if you want one of us to sit by you, we have a pretty good teacher to student ratio here. So
if you have a fascinating data set that you've used that you want to share with others, please contribute.
yeah, and I'll note too, there's there's the Prezi version for the Oregon coast, and then there's a Google Doc that has pretty much the same content and set of links. So you can see the different databases. Again, there's at least one database for every one of the arrow level questions. So you can explore that. iNaturalist is for looking at the ecosystem, and the BioInteractive's biome viewer is also in that question. So, pardon me? They vary. So some of them are in story maps, and there are other platforms in there too. And some of them are old, and I'm not sure if they're all still working, but if you go to the virtual science tab here and go to virtual fieldwork, the database.
Can you share your computer screen? I'm seeing your.
Oh, sorry. Let me stop and restart. Thank you. Thank you. Oops. No. Here we go. So this is the virtual under the virtual science tab at Earth at Home. You can go to the virtual fieldwork tab, and there is the VFE catalog there. And there's scroll down to the VFE catalog. It didn't go to it. Open it up, please. So there's an interactive map where you can click on the different ones. All of the ones that have this icon are newer than some of the other ones. We have not added many new ones in a few years because this was grant funded stuff and the grant ended. So, but you can explore around there and let me know if something's not working, and I'll try and fix it. Yeah, but go ahead and play.
Here, if you find something really cool.
Every week or so leading up to her science, share a story about a fossil.
Cool.
Stuff. So
Awesome.
probably have her email you See what the lifetime.
Okay. That sounds good. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if we had one that could be projected
Yeah.
on a cube by then?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. You wanna have folks share at like 3:20?
Yeah, if they feel like it. It's the best way, so that PDF I have for the activity that Lindsay sent me, what's the best way to?
Here. Not. It's not supposed to be, so it's for you. You can display it
But the-
quickly, but
I mean, they can't go through the activity and do it?
they can, but we can't like send them a PDF.
No, I don't want to send them the PDF, but I'm thinking, what's the best way to post up a PDF so that they can click it? Just like in Google, in the Drive, in Google Drive,
Well,
because it's a PDF format. I wonder, I think probably those links are still active, right?
Yeah, and the PDF links should be active, but I think
It was way longer.
Yeah.
I no longer have the text, the 5-page thing that became a 1-page thing.
yeah.
But the 1 page is what I think we have the bandwidth to do in here today. See if I can.
Did you want them to click through it or?
Yeah, to actually like do the activity. So they would need to have access to it within, yeah. The last July 2020.
I'm gonna give you
So I think those, we'll just throw these.
Okay. And then we can display
We can display it, but.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't share this.
okay. So then in that last section, when we get into there, then we can use your computer?
Well, do you have the PDF, right? So you
Oh,
can
yeah,
share it,
I
but
could-
we just
okay.
can't Distribute that, right?
Sure, sure.
So
Okay.
just analyzing the data and the zero in here.
Okay. Well, you know what? Don't put them into the chat right now.
Not in the chat, they're in the agenda.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Because I was gonna say they're gonna end the recording here and we'll restart for the next session. Absolutely. Make another one. Absolutely. From some of them. Absolutely. I was gonna make just a couple to go with my Funding Friday presentation. I'm cheating though. I'm not so sure you're supposed to have a model. I just want like one for the the poster. I want to see if I can get pretty this. So I won't be in the education area, probably competing against all the, sometimes I'll never, I would get them into that. Do you want to try I think this one on the bottom, it is I printed one on the, hard stuff, so you can see how that holds up if you don't get, cubes in there.
They're in the bottom of the 4 to 5:30 session. The 3 links.
Did you hear that, Carl?
What's that?
The 3 links are in the bottom of the agenda
Thank you.
at the NOAA.
So when do you anticipate that that could be shared? Like in a month?
Yeah, I think at the end of August.
Okay.
Once the toolkits start rolling out,
Okay.
that's when we typically put everything online. And
Okay.
that's when it can be shared.
Last year you started putting them up in July.
Yeah, I know. I think that the distribution is, we're like, we started collecting orders already, but I think that we're not gonna share. Or end of August.
Okay. What is the first month in the calendar this year?
Who has it or what?
No, what month is the
Always
calendar starting
August.
with? Okay.
Yeah, it's a school year.
Because
now.
last year I think it started with July, which is probably why you.
No, I think it's always September. School year calendar. Could always end.
Hey Don, could you drop the link to your Sketchfab models?
Yeah, it's linked. It is linked from the Oregon Google Doc as well as the Prezi, but
So many Google Docs now.
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes, yes.
When?
So why don't we each share one exciting thing we found or discovered?
How about if I mute myself while you're talking and you unmute yourself? So.
Okay, sweet. All right, so one thing I was looking at was the Earth Observatory website. I was trying to avoid the echo.
Can you just turn down your volume?
Yeah, I'm on mute.
Oh, it's probably my phone.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, I'm mute.
Well, maybe I'll just repeat.
Okay.
So mute yourself again and I'll be the repeater. I don't know why that's happening though.
You sound good.
But yeah, I guess we. Kind of not going by the data that I see. I don't really follow a lot of time. When I think of things that happen. Like fires and. These are some, I just think here.
Yeah.
Same.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So he said the Earth Observatory website, looking at global data is kind of mind blowing. And I will note that the Texas floods were horrible, but it isn't the only place on Earth where that's happening. Some really tragic stuff happening in China as well, for one place. Who else? What else?
I was looking at the back. I heard that, and the life cycle of it's like life cycle of frog and life cycle of that. And how much is the annual copy from 2000?
So Lolita was looking at the at plastics on the Earth at Home site and say that bit again, Ella? Sorry. Yeah. Oh, the weight of the plastic, yes. Yeah. Okay, how about you, Bertha?
Just see the region you want to do and you can see maps.
So the Climate Explorer and exploring the maps on there. Yeah. So. What else do we want to say?
I think we're good.
Mm,
We will have a half-hour break and then we'll be back here at 4 for our last session, which will have an energy focus. So,
Climate and
Yes.
energy, yes. All right, so we will,
the other thing you might do is be thinking again about your Funding Friday idea.
oh, yeah.
Poster for that, because that will happen shortly after we finish the last session. It's a long day, but it's worth it to do the Funding Friday.
Yeah,
Just-
and I will note that I am flying off to my nephew's wedding tomorrow morning, so I will miss Funding Friday, but represent for me.